Ready? Play.
Coco Gauff will play Madison Keys. The Madison Keys calendar slam is still alive and kicking after a straight sets win over Baptiste. Coco Gauff also winning in straight sets against Alexandrova. I saw pretty much every ball. No, that's not true. But large parts of the Coco Gauff Alexandrova match. And I saw none of Madison Keys against Baptiste. And yet here we are, those players. And I'm pleased with getting this quarterfinal. I think there's a clear favorite, and we'll probably come to that shortly. But I am pleased that, there's a lot of doubt, I think. Do you have any doubt? Well, first of all, let's talk about Gauff and Keys' wins today. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I've got nothing to say on Keys beating Baptiste because I skipped it.
Yeah, me too.
I just was pretty sure that Maddie was going to win. If it goes to a third set, I probably tune in. It didn't. Gauff Alexandrova, I mean, that's kind of public-ish, right? In the sense that it can be absolutely amazing, but it really requires the underdog to be on point. For a set, she wasn't. But overall, obviously, you can just see that Coco is going to require her to play like 10 amazing shots to end the point compared to usually just playing 2 or 3. And that's a big difference for someone like Alexandrova, who's just risking so much with every single stroke. There was potential there to go 3, definitely. Yeah. But yeah, the opening set, of course, that already hurts when she's just smashing everything into the back fence. A lot of that is caused by Gauff and the pressure that her defending demands. So
I do think that her return was a bit Alexandrova's return was a bit substandard today. I think Coco served pretty well, but there were just so many returns going into the net from Alexandrova that were attackable. And of course, she's gonna attack them, and that can happen. And by the way, you say for a set, actually it was 5 games. The 6th game was an epic Coco Gauff trying to get over the line, but it was all fairly immaterial. I wondered if there was going to be an Alexandrova, not a comeback, but I'm going to win this game, maybe hold serve, maybe do a Djokovic against Nadal in 2021 when he sort of gets back into the set, but it's too little too late, but then carries a momentum into the rest of the match, because it was a more than a 10-minute game that Gauff needed to get the bagel. And from that moment onwards, we had a match, because there were some fairly comfortable holds, I believe, from both players until we get to about, I think, 3-all. Coco then gets a break, but she's immediately broken back. And so you're thinking, well, I wonder how this will be psychologically now. But she gets the break at 5-all. And yeah, I think it would have been a difficult tiebreak for Coco mentally, at least, having had that break advantage and so close to the finish line in so many ways, and having bageled obviously the first set. But once she got that break at 6-5, there was little doubt. I think Coco's forehand, one other thing, Coco's forehand today was a weapon at times, was a winner weapon, which is not something you would always associate with a forehand. But maybe on clay, maybe it's less of a thing. I don't know. I have seen her look pretty vulnerable on that side on clay as well. So I don't know. But serving 4 double faults across the match. Okay, it was just 2 sets, but that's an okay stat for Coco, bearing in mind she can easily hit double figures on that.
Yeah, 9 games on serve, but yeah, obviously it's fine.
Yeah, but 9 games. But as I say, there was at least 10-minute. There was another one, I think, where Coco was on serve for quite a while. Anyway, playing Madison Keys. Keys can win this, right?
If it was any other slam than RG, I probably would be picking Keys. I don't think I can quite justify it in Paris. I don't think so. Again, it's kind of like Alexandrova, right? Just the fact that we know exactly what Madison will be trying to do, and Coco is so athletic, so quick, so dynamic. She's gonna make her play that one more shot time and time again, and probably that will be enough. But it's not the easiest, definitely not.
Played on clay in Madrid last year, and we do know that Madrid is a bit of an outlier, but Madison Keys won that in 3 sets. Keys does lead the head-to-head 3-2. It also includes a grass encounter in Eastbourne. Before that, they had matches on hard in Dubai, US Open 2022, and Adelaide as well. So, yeah, one encounter on clay, albeit it was in Madrid last year, and Madison Keys won that one. Yeah, I think it's... yeah, you got to go Coco. But of the 4 quarterfinals that we've got, maybe it's let me just have a quick think about this. Yeah, there's an argument to say it's the most difficult one to call. You might say Qin Zheng against Sabalenka being among
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 at a similar level, I guess. Yeah, and then obviously one is just completely lopsided on paper. We'll see. But yeah, probably 2 of them are similar, and then one is still relatively close to them.
You've got, so obviously Sabalenka, Zheng, Svitolina, Swiatek, and Keys, Gauff. I think they're the 3 where, are they all 60-40, more or less?
More or less. I mean, 1% this way, 1% another. Obviously, this is all very subjective. But...
Which is the one? So if obviously Swiatek, Sabalenka, and Coco Gauff are all favorites, which is the most fragile of those 3?
Most fragile favorite out of the 3.
Bearing in mind who they're playing, maybe Sabalenka.
Maybe. After Rome, I mean, it's difficult to say. Previously, we would have said that this is a super easy matchup for her. Then she gets so frustrated by Qin Zheng clay. I don't think she will get as irritated, at least, and will have a better chance of responding.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready. Play.
Coco Gauff will play Madison Keys. The Madison Keys calendar slam is still alive and kicking after a straight sets win over Baptiste. Coco Gauff also winning in straight sets against Alexandrova. I saw pretty much every ball. No, that's not true. But large parts of the Coco Gauff Alexandrova match. And I saw none of Madison Keys against Baptiste. And yet here we are, those players. And I'm pleased with getting this quarterfinal. I think there's a clear favorite, and we'll probably come to that shortly. But I am pleased that, there's a lot of doubt, I think. Do you have any doubt? Well, first of all, let's talk about Gauff and Keys' wins today. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I've got nothing to say on Keys beating Baptiste because I skipped it.
Yeah, me too.
I just was pretty sure that Madi was going to win. If it goes to a third set, I probably tune in. It didn't. Gauff, Alexandrova, I mean, that's kind of public-ish, right? In the sense that it can be absolutely amazing, but it really requires the underdog to be on point. For a set,
is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paolini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is in the world, wherever you are tuning in from. Somebody here supporting Coco, good to see you. Do hit the like button and subscribe if you are new. We do have a break point opportunity for Madison Keys, even if the scoreboard on my TV is not apparent. Let me know in the live chat if the scoreboard is apparent for you at home. Backhand return into the forehand of Coco. Backhand slice, though, for Madison is not going to work. So one of the breakpoint opportunities has come and gone. (30-40). We have a scoreboard on the big screen, but not at the bottom of the screen, which feels like I'm watching tennis in the 80s. Where are you going with this serve, Coco? You are going into the backhand of Madison. Forehand Coco into the forehand of Madison Keys. Forehand down the line from Coco. Attempt, but it's into the net. And Madison Keys, grand slam, calendar slam, bid, still alive and still kicking. She breaks Coco Gauff. 1-0, she leads. Well, that's a little surprise. I think most people would have Coco Gauff as the favorite. And yet, here we are with an early break of serve. Coffee, much needed. 1-0, Madison Keys leads, and now she'll serve. And now we've got a scoreboard on my screen as well as on Google. And by the way, it is love 15 because of a double fault from Madison Keys. Another fault for Maddie. What a year she's having. Now a misplaced ball toss. Love 15 still. Second serve. 4 minutes on the clock. Forehand return for Coco is into the net. Roof is closed, by the way, for what it's worth. Okay. 15:30 here on the Madison Keys serve as Coco tries to fight back. And Madison goes long on the forehand side. So it's going to be 2 break points for Coco Gauff to get back on serve immediately. It's never a break until you consolidate. Backhand from Coco into the backhand of Madison Keys. Forehand to forehand right now. Forehand down the line is long from Madison Keys. And we've got the immediate break back to the release of both Coco and her team. We hit 16,000 subscribers, by the way. Overnight. A lot has been said about the sparsity of the crowd for the earlier matches. Well, the problem is not the timing. The problem is telling the world that these seats are sold out for the last 12 months as people are desperately, frantically trying to buy them. They keep them all for the corporates and the corporates don't turn up. That is the issue. Other stuff is just, other issues that are being raised is just fluff. Okay, double fault from Coco Gauff means love 15. Do get voting in our poll, by the way, as to who you think is going to win between Keys and Gauff. Madison Keys goes into the net on the backhand side. Forehand to forehand right now in this exchange, which is at 15 all. Now on the backhand of Coco. Coco doesn't defend that on the backhand side, and it's 30. It's 15-30. Are we going to get a third break of serve here? Now we've got the roof closed, and I was only talking to Amy Lunde yesterday about these kind of conditions and how stodgy and muggy it was in the Rafa Zverev match 3 years ago, and how difficult it was for each player to break serve and even hit through each other. I wonder if we're going to have a similar affair here, particularly given how well Coco defends. And we've got 30 all. Keys trying to break for a second time in this match and making it all 3 serves breaks, but it's not been successful thus far. And the return of serve from Madison Keys. It was a run around forehand, but it was into the body and was just too difficult to negotiate. 40-30, game point for Coco Gauff as she seeks a 2-1 lead. Oh dear, Stefanos Tsitsipas has taken to social media. Should be an alert for that. Oh, deuce. Deuce becomes advantage Keys. And Madison breaks. We've got a third break in a row. 2 games to 1. Well, break, break, break. Okay, so upcoming today, we'll also have the matches, the night session match between Zverev and Djokovic. That'll be on the night session match. We'll also have Boisson against... Remind me, who's Boisson playing now? Too little sleep and too much tennis. Milo Andreeva. And of course, we'll also have Jannik Sinner against Alexander Bublik. We could be here for the long haul, though, lads, for this particular encounter, Coco Gauff and Madison Keys, with all these breaks. Thanks, Millhouse. Yeah, my mind just went blank. Forehand cross court for Madison Keys. Wow, that was a good one, but well defended by Coco. But now Madison hits through 15 all. Maybe just got to have to play lights out tennis at times to hit through Coco in these conditions. Wherever you're watching from, do hit that like button. Let us know in the live chat who you think is going to win this particular encounter. Do vote in our poll as well. Goes down the tee. Forehand return from Coco is pretty good. Madison on the defense. Coco drop shot too good. 30 all. Backhand return from Coco. Forehand now to the forehand. Both of these right-handers. Coco goes into the net on the forehand side. Not for the first time in her career, and certainly not the last. So, game point, Madison Keys. Good question, Millhouse. Good question. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I could go back. Madison Keys, by the way, has held serve after Coco Gauff puts her forehand return into the net. So it's 3-1. Crystal here thinking that Coco will edge this. Well, we'll see. Let me know as well where you're tuning in from. I'm in Bonn in Western Germany. I see Jannik Sinner arriving in the drizzle. Roof is closed. We'll see how long that stays closed for. Same AO final, same RG final. Well, I mean, I can do a quick memory thing, which is Iga has been in the final of the French Open, all bar 2020. 2021, I think, was the one year she did make the final. And that was Pavlyuchenkova. In the last 5 years, that was Pavlyuchenkova against Barbora Krejcikova, which obviously wasn't the final in Australia. So 2019. It may never have happened. It may never have happened. Let's say that, Millhouse. Otherwise, I'll be here all day, and before we know it, it'll be one set all, and I'm still none the wiser. Coco Gauff double fault, meaning love 30. Do-do-do-do. Coco Gauff here, love 40 down, and it's a double fault from Coco, and we're at 4-1. Coco looking thoroughly annoyed. A little bit shaken maybe as well. Keys, 4-1. She leads. Double break. Breaks are coming thick and fast, but nevertheless, with the scoreboard, 4-1 is a gap. Because Coco's obviously vulnerable on her serve, especially if she's going to be double faulting like that. What do we think about Boisson Miran driver? Is it this roof being closed, by the way? I do think it will have an effect on some of these matches. Zverev has played Rafa twice under the roof. The one in 2022 was a particularly stodgy affair, but the one last year, they could hit through each other a bit better, and it was a straight sets win for Zverev. Keys here serving into the backhand of Coco. Backhand from Keys, cost court. Coco just has to get the break here, really. Backhand Coco. Good defending there from Madison, but Coco goes long on the forehand. Love 50 or 15 love. Remember, Madison Keys bageled. Yes, bageled Iga Swiatek in Madrid recently, but still lost the match in 3 sets. Lovely forehand winner down the line there. By the way, if you're looking for some previews, do check out, we have a bunch of videos online right now, including previews to Alcaraz Musetti and Sabalenka Swiatek. If you want some more previews, you can also check out a preview for this match, Madison Keys, Coco Gauff, but also Miran Andreeva, Boisson, Zverev, Djokovic, and Sinner, Bublik. All of those matches, of course, are being played today. "30 Love" has become 30-15 here on Philippe Chatrier. Backhand return from Coco, but no. Second serve. Forehand return from Coco into the backhand of Madison Keys. Forehand from Coco is going to go wide. 40-15 Madison Keys. 2 game points for a 5-1 and seemingly impregnable lead in this first set. Don't think it's about experience, not today. And Coco has already been on this big stage for a long time now. It's 5 years. If anything, she's at least equally as experienced as Madison in terms of deep runs at Grand Slams experience. But you're right. I do think Coco does seem a bit flat today. Forehand winner down the line on the return, 40-30. She gets the break back, and we're not in the Coco's winning this set sort of situation yet, but we are in, okay, this is Madison's still going to have to fight for this. Backhand from Madison goes into the net. So we are at deuce. So she's going to have to fight for this game at the very least. Looking at Keys' coach and husband there. Not two different people. They are the same person. Okay, where are you going with this serve, Maddie? You're going into the net. That's where you're going. Second serve here for Coco to look at. On return, the forehand is okay for Coco. Run around forehand here. Now it's, oh, Keys has gone long. 3 points in a row for Coco Gauff, and we've got a break point. Break point, 22 minutes on the clock. This has been a break fest so far. We've had just one, I think we've just had one hold of serve, maybe two holds of serve from Madison Keys. No, one. Otherwise, I think it's just been all breaks. Break point here, Coco Gauff. Where's Madison going with this serve? She is going into down the line, but it's wide. Second serve, Coco Gauff. Break point for 4-2. Run around forehand return. Forehand from Madison into the forehand of Coco. Both on the forehands right now. Coco changes direction. Coco now coming into the net. No, she's going back to the baseline here as they slice and dice away. Coco, nice shape there on the forehand. Coco coming into the net again. Has she gone along with that forehand? No, she hasn't. She's got a tricky smash, but she's put it away on the stretch. 4-2. 4-2, ladies and gentlemen. $23 minutes on the clock. 4-2. That's 6 games. And I think we've had 5 breaks of serve. Coco is yet to hold. If she holds here, game on. Even if she is still down a break. Second serve, Coco Gauff. Forehand return from Madison is wide. She went big. It was there to be attacked, but she went too much. And it's 15 love. Coco could do with a couple more gifts like that. Forehand return into the forehand of Coco, which has been mishit, and it's 15 all. Decent return from Keys, and Coco couldn't deal with it. 15 all. Forehand to forehand. Oi, and Keys again miscuing, mistiming, and misdirecting that forehand, and it's 15-30. How old is Madison Keys? Is Ashley's asking. She's 30. She turned 30 in February. Okay, forehand to forehand right now in the rally at 15-30. And Madison goes long, 30 all, clenched fist from Coco, grimace or smile for Madison. First serve down the tee is long from Coco Gauff. Second serve lands in, forehand to forehand right now. Decent forehands there from both players. Lovely backhand there, though, from Coco. Now she's coming into the net. She's at the net. She doesn't need to hit a volley, though, because Madison can't get to that backhand. 40-30, Coco Gauff, game point. Winning back-to-back games for the first time in the match. Potentially. Potentially. Not definitely, just potentially. Forehand here from Madison Keys goes into the net, and Coco does indeed hold serve. So, 4-3, game on. One break of serve, still the advantage for Madison. But given how vulnerable everyone has been on serve, no guarantees that she holds on to that break advantage for the rest of this set. That is for sure. 4-3, she leads at the change of ends. We have more watch-alongs today. Following this, we'll have a watch-along for Boisson against Medorandreva. We'll also have a watch-along for Yannick Sinner against Alexander Bublik. And we'll have a watch-along for Zverev against Djokovic. So all four singles matches we have watch-alongs for today. Do let me know your predictions for both this match that we're watching right now, but also any of those other matches I just highlighted. Do we think Coco Gauff is getting back into this now? Feels still a break, isn't it? And it is 4-3. So one hold from Maddie, and she's almost there. Plus, there's no guarantees that Coco's going to be holding throughout. Okay, Madison Keys serving. Here's a double fault for Madison to start off this game. Love 15. Into the rally. Madison can't deal with that cross-court effort there from Coco Gauff, and it's love 30. Ah, dear. Will this be 3 games in a row for Coco? Forehand return from Coco is decent. They're into the rally now. Forehand down the middle of the court. Still in the rally. She's still fighting, but she can't get to that one. It's a winner outright from Madison Keys on the forehand side. 15-30. Forehand return from Coco. Forehand long there from Madison Keys, and it's 15-40. 1540 here for a third game in a row for Coco Gauff. And it's a double fault. Deuce. Deuce, what am I talking about? 4-all, I'm sorry. Another sip of coffee required, I think. Just seeing Boisson arrive. Keys going long, 15 love, Coco Gauff, 4-all, 3 games in a row. She seeks to make it 4 in a row. And what a dramatic twist we will have had in this particular encounter. From 4-1 down, double break, it's back to 4-all on serve. And even better news is it's 30 love here for Coco while serving. Ooh, misdirected ball toss there from Coco. She's going to go for it again. It's a second serve. And it's a double fault. Both players double faulting quite a bit today. I think that's 7 now for the match between the two players. Forehand to forehand right now. Forehand, Madison Keys into the net. Madison Keys goes into the net on the forehand side, and it's 40-15 for Coco Gauff. Forehand return, and it's a loosish forehand from Coco, but it's landed in. Must have been right on the line, that one. But Madison's still in the rally here. On the backhand side, is that slice going to land in? Yeah, but it's got a lot of height on it, and Coco puts the forehand away for 5-4. Coco Gauff leads. Wow. 4 games in a row, and that's a double break advantage that Madison Keys has seen come and go. Breaks have served left, right, and center, but it's Coco who's holding right now. 5-4. What a turnaround in this first set. Okay, so now Keys is going to have to serve to stay in this first set. Wow, we wouldn't have believed that 20 minutes ago. Let's have a quick look to see what's going on in the Twitter sphere. Yeah, a lot of empty seats being highlighted here by Christopher Clary. Coco's return quality, 9.9. She has been returning pretty well, but I didn't realize it was that well. Okay, 4-5, Madison Keys to serve. Backhand return for Coco. Run around forehand for Madison Keys. They're into the rally right now. Madison goes big on that It's not won the point outright, though, because Coco's defended it really well. Coco's still defending it. Madison wisely let that one go, and she's held for the first point of the game, 15-love. There was an attempt at a pass there from Coco that was lofted, and Madison thought about putting a racket on it, but withdrew just in time. 15-love. It's funny. Sorry, just seeing a video of Carlos giving a t-shirt away. Okay, right around forehand return here for Coco. 30-love on the Keys serve. Keys puts a backhand into the net, 30-15. Make sure you hit that like button, people. 30-15 here, Madison Keys. She's trying to hold serve. It's been a while since she did so. Where are you going with this serve? Backhand return for Coco into the rally right now. Forehand from Coco. Decent depth on these shots. And Keys errs with a forehand long, 30 all. Right now, Coco Gauff is 2 points away from winning the first set. Two points for Coco to win this first set. 2 points also for Madison to hold for 5 all. Forehand return from Coco. She's been returning so well today. Now it's on the backhand of Coco where she's pretty comfortable. Now on the forehand, which is hit and miss. And now it's miss. 40-30. Forehand here for Coco into the forehand of Madison, which is loose and wide. So we're back to deuce. Here we go. Madison Keys to serve at deuce. 39 minutes on the clock. Forehand return for Coco. Actually, her forehand return has been pretty good today. That was a really good return. Great depth. Madison couldn't get herself around and into position to deal with it. And it's a break point. Well, it's a set point for Coco Gauff to take a 1-set-to-love lead. And Madison in all sorts of trouble here. Facing a set point. Coco got the bit between her teeth. Backhand return for Coco. Interesting how Madison goes for that side. Wonderful forehand winner there. Coco was pushed right out of the court. She managed to scramble her way back to the center of the court, but it put her in a sort of off-balance scenario, and Madison Keys very smartly went back in behind Coco. Deuce. She had to execute it, though. Forehand return from Coco is long and wide. Nice serving there for Madison. She's now got a game point. Not won a game for a while. She's lost 4 in a row. Can she stop the rot here? Game point. Madison Keys. Goes down the tee. Forehand return. Backhand from Madison into the forehand of Coco. Coco on the backhand side. Drop shot from Coco Gauff is not good enough, and Madison punishes it. Good hold for Madison Keys. She had to save off a set point there, and it's 5-all. Told you we could be here for the long haul, ladies and gentlemen, regarding this match. 41 minutes. Actually, the rally length, despite the vulnerability of both players on serve, and despite how slow the conditions feel and seem, 41 minutes for 10 games, that's kind of normal. Especially for someone like Coco who can defend it so well. Good serve there from Coco. And it's unreturned. 15-love. I mean, she's already achieved greatness by winning the Australian Open in the manner that she did. Do hit the like button, by the way. Forehand return for Madison is into the net. 30-love. Forehand to forehand right now. A forehand into the net for Madison Keys, and it's 40-love. There you go, a little reminder. Coco Gauff into the forehand of Madison Keys. Good depth on the return there for Madison. Madison on the backhand goes down the line. Some really good shots here for Madison, but she's not won the point yet, and she's gone long. Great defending there from Coco. 6-5 she leads, so Madison once again will walk that tightrope. We've had back-to-back holds now from both players. In fact, that might even be 3 holds in a row. We had Coco holding, Madison holding, and Coco holding. That's 3 holds of serve in a row. And why am I highlighting that? Because it's such a rarity. In fact, it's the first time it's happened in the match that we had 3 serves from both players. Okay. What are we thinking now? Who's winning this match? Let me know in the live chat. Just write G or K. Just write G or K in the live chat as to who you think is winning. I'm going G. Let me know what you think. Need a sip of water, though, before we go into the latter stage of this. G or K? Just want to see a G or a K in the live chat and see how that pans out. In the meantime, we've got a break here as the players change ends. Make sure you hit that like button. Also, a reminder of some shows that are to come today on the channel. We have watch-alongs for all the singles matches that have taken place at the French Open today, namely Mira Andreeva versus Boisson, Yannick Sinner versus Alexander Bublik, and Alexander Zverev against Novak Djokovic. Those 3 matches are to come, all live on the channel. So make sure you hit that like button and, of course, subscribe. Okay, back to the action here with Madison Keys serving at 5-6, but she does win the first point. 15-love. And we're going to get our 4th hold of serve in a row. Backhand Coco cross court. Backhand for Madison Keys. Forehand to forehand. Forehand wide there for Madison Keys. Matthew here asking, is the roof going to be closed all day? And let's have a look at the weather prognosis for today. By the way, it could be closed for large parts of the week because we've got rain predicted every day for the rest of the week at the moment at some stage. Now, that doesn't mean it, of course, it will be necessarily raining at the time of the match. 15:30, by the way. So again, Coco 2 points away. She has had a set point come and go. It looks like the rain is stopping at some point, so I'm not sure that it will be closed all day. It might be the only match under the roof, Matthew. Good kick serve there from Madison. Lovely forehand from Madison. It's an outright winner. Wow, hitting through Coco in these conditions, not easy. You've got to be unerringly accurate, and she was just that on that forehand down the line. Yes, so looking at it, it looks like the rain should stop by about 1, 2 o'clock, or may even be stopping around about now. Coco goes into the net. We've got a game point now for Madison Keys at 40-30. So I'm expecting some of the matches not to be under the roof, or at least start not under the roof. Who knows, they may have to close it once more if it starts, if the heavens open once again. Forehand return here. Good depth on that one from Coco. Backhand to backhand. Still on the backhands. Forehand from Coco. Forehand from Madison. Wow, what defending from Coco, but she can't defend that. Keys has held, and we go to a tie break, ladies and gentlemen. Madison keeping her nerve. Remember, she saved a set point already. It was on her serve, but with all those breaks of serve that we had to begin the match, we've now had some consistency from both players on serve. I think that's 4 serve holds in a row for both players. Maybe 5, actually. 4 or 5. Anyway, tie break. Here we go. Coco clips the net and goes long on the first serve. Second serve. Oh, my goodness me. She got that all wrong, Coco. Double fault is the result, but my goodness me, I've never seen a serve like that. I mean, it just looked all wrong, looked rushed and weird. And she hit the net, the bottom of the net, but not anywhere towards the service box, the opposite service box. I can't really describe it any better, I'm afraid, but just very unorthodox. And most importantly, it's a double fault, and it's 1-love, Madison Keys. And Madison, no, second serve. Thank you for subscribing, whoever that was. Backhand return here from Coco into the forehand of Madison. Backhand Coco, forehand now. Backhand from Madison Keys. Good depth on that one from Madison. Coco really struggling with that one. Madison really playing pretty well here. She's being consistent on these strokes. Oh, but not that one. 1-all. Funny bounce, possibly. She laments. She looks at the ground. She smiles. 1-all. Second serve points won today. Madison Keys, 21%. Coco Gauff, 29%. Second serve here. Remember, she's won just 21% of those second serves today. Backhand return from Coco on the stretch. Really good serve there for Madison. Drop shot, Madison. Coco chases it down. Coco on the volley. Oh, what a lovely forehand pass through the eye of a needle. That one from Madison Keys, 2-1. Okay. Good reflexes there from Coco, but in the end, Madison passing at the net. 2-1. Keys. They're into the forehand exchange right now. Coco changing directions there, and Keys can't deal with it. 2-all. Midday. Now, 2-all, Gauff serving. Where are you going to go with this serve? At least it lands in from Coco's perspective. And Madison errs on the forehand side, and suddenly it's 3-2 Coco. Still on serve. Not that that really matters in this match, I feel, and not in this tiebreak especially. But it is a 1-point advantage for Coco Gauff. 3-2. These second serve stats, by the way, are insane. Down the tee for Madison, but it's long. Backhand return, down the line, Coco, she's on the attack. But well defended for Madison. Now we're at neutral. Down the middle of the court, both players here taking it easy. And Madison just waiting for the error there, Coco, almost. And that's been the case in this tiebreak. Madison puts her backhand into the net, and it's 4-2 Coco Gauff at the change of ends. For those of you just tuning in, by the way, bit of a bizarre first set where they were breaking left, right, and center, but Madison got a crucial hold at one stage, meaning she led 4-1 with a double break. We then had a streak from Coco Gauff that had 4 games in a row. She broke twice and held twice. Then with Madison serving at 4-5, she had to hold and save a set point whilst holding, but she did so. We then stumble towards the tiebreak. Coco Gauff begins the tiebreak with a bizarre double fault. The second serve was way off and right into the bottom of the net on the wrong side of the court, and she looked really out of position. And yet she steadied herself and now leads 4-2 at the change of ends. Lovely forehand winner there, though, for Madison. 4-3. Over to you, Coco. Roof closed as well, which I do think has had an effect, especially on how slow the conditions appear. Those second serves are just getting gobbled up for breakfast. Like a croissant. 4-3. Double fault, Coco Gauff, of course. 4-all. 2 double faults in this tiebreak. 50% of Madison Keys' points in this tiebreak have come via a double fault off the racket of Coco Gauff. Forehand return into the forehand of Coco. Backhand slice from Madison. Drop shot, no. Slice there from Coco. She goes back to base. Forehand Madison into the net. I think at least 3 of the 5 points for Gauff have come from unforced errors that have gone into the net for Madison as well. 5-4, she leads. They're not even close to being forced errors, these either. They're not particularly big. Anyway, Madison Keys serving at 4-5. Is Coco going to get another set point? Backhand return here for Coco's good. Forehand Coco lands in. Forehand for both players right now. Madison trying to up the pace a little bit on the inside-out forehands, upping the pace, but Coco defending really well. Upping the pace, though, going down the line. She's really hitting big, going for the lines, and Coco can't deal with that last one. Just cranking up the pressure, and even Coco, probably the best defender in the world, couldn't deal with that last one. 5-all. Okay, Keys serving, down the tee, backhand return, forehand to forehand right now. Remember, one of these players is going to have a set point at the end of this rally. Who's it going to be? Backhand from Madison. She's getting close to the lines. Keys defending. But Keys goes long. That would have been close, but she's gone just long. And we've got a set point for Madison Keys. So Coco had a slight advantage in this tiebreak, 4-2 at the change of ends. It then became 5-4, but Keys held both of her service points and has now got a set point of her own, her first of this set. Remember, Coco's seen one come and go. Coco Gauff, desperate for a first serve here. Gets it. Backhand return is good for Madison. Wow, what a shot that is. Well, she puts her hand up because I think it wasn't necessarily the result she intended. But that slice became a drop shot. I don't think it was necessarily mishit. I just don't think that was her intention. 6-all at the change of ends. It has to be 6-all at this change of ends. Okay. This first set goes on. 1 set point for both players we've seen so far. Into the net on the first serve. Gauff here serving. Double fault Coco Gauff, of course. Third one of the tiebreak. 7-6 Keys. Keys to serve. Set point number 2, but this time it's on her serve. 3 double faults in this tiebreak from Coco Gauff. Backhand return from Coco is wide. Madison wins the first set. 7-6. Coco looking disconsolate. Those 3 double faults in the tiebreak cost her. Despite Madison hitting those unforced errors into the net with frequency as well, it was the 3 double faults that cost Coco. Backhand return there at the end there also was wide. But whoever was going to lose that first set was going to have regrets, and Coco will certainly have some of those. All right, time for a quick break. Hey, thanks for taking the time to, well, you haven't got any choice, actually. I'm just talking at you, if you like. But I'm here also to present to you why I think it's not a bad idea and not that expensive as well if you become a member. And this is how you can do it, and this is what you can gain. So if we look here at the Talking Tennis sort of home page, if you like, on YouTube, we can see this little button here which says join. It is also pinned in the live chat as well, and you can also, I think, see it just below most of our videos, certainly the live ones and so on. Now, why is it a good idea to join and become a member? Well, in the live chat, you can add little funny things, you can add emojis and all sorts of things, but possibly more importantly, you can get to access some live videos, such as this one here, where we look back on the last sort of few moments from the Billie Jean King Cup. So there are little bonuses such as this one, but there are many, many more. And in fact, if we have a quick look at all of the members only stuff, I repeat, you will see very, very quickly some of the top stuff that we've had for members only over the last 12 months since the channel began. Remember, these videos are for members only. You can become a member from as little as about $2 a month, €2 a month. £2 a month, something like that. There are various different things. Oh, and by the way, you'll also be supporting the channel. So it's a win-win-win-win scenario. Let me just show you some of the members only stuff. For example, we've got an exclusive little clip there talking to Laura Siegmund, Laura Tsurenko, her encore interview, some doubles footage there from Monastir, the Germany press conference pre-tournament Billie Jean King Cup, Claire Burrell talking as well to the media in her press conference in Monastir, Storm Hunter and Alicia Parks interview, Rebecca Masarova, her press conference, Coco Gauff, exclusive for members only, albeit it was in Madrid. But these are just some of the things, some of the interviews and etc. Like Lestien here, a chat with him, Emma Navarro, and so on and so forth. So many little bonus videos available for just €2 a month. So, what are you waiting for? Become a member. Or don't. It's okay. I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't panic. Don't panic. Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks, including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material, such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered, whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon, or Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis. All things tennis indeed. We have a break point to begin this first game for Coco Gauff. She has an advantage on the Madison Keys serve. Backhand return from Coco into the forehand of Madison Keys. Forehand to forehand right now. Big forehand from Madison Keys saves that break point. Deuce. Madison Keys saving so many break points today. Another break point there for Coco Gauff. Break point number 4 in this game alone. Backhand return from Coco. She's way out of court. Really good serve there for Madison Keys, going out wide. And it's deuce. Thank you for our most recent subscriber. Serve is into the net for Madison Keys. Second serve. Backhand return from Coco. Backhand to backhand. Forehand now into the forehand of Madison Keys. Going cross court right now. Coco convinced that this is out. Let's see. Oh, it's going to be called in. Deuce. Madison now. Game point for her. Volley here from Coco. Not put away. Madison, though, puts that backhand wide. Wow. Remember the backhand that Rafa had in the 2012 Australian Open? A little bit like that. Deuce. Forehand return here from Coco. She got out of jail with that previous point, but now she's put her slice wide. Game point, Madison Keys. For a 1-love lead, which feels significant. Every game matters right now. It doesn't matter if it's who's serving. If you're 4-1 up just by holding serve, it's good. Never mind if it's a double play. Good serve down the tee, and she's held for 1-love, has Madison. Clipping the paint there. Coco couldn't deal with it, putting the forehand into the net. That was a 7-minute hold. As we see images from today of Yannick Sinner and Boisson warming up together. Somebody said it was like playing, I think it was Iga Swiatek described playing the first set against Elena Rybakina. She said it's like playing Yannick Sinner. Well, Boisson will know even more. Okay, Gauff serving. Backhand return from Madison. Backhand now to backhand. They're exchanging backhands. Coco changing direction into the forehand of Madison. And now Coco puts her forehand into the net. She's going to have to dig deep right now. Having lost that first set, having fought her way so valiantly back into that first set from 4-1 double break down. So she gets to a position where she has a set point, but ultimately still goes on to lose that first set with 3 double faults in the tiebreak. Wow, Madison. Yeah, that has landed out. I just wonder where her mind is at. I mean, she did stop play during a previous point that I think ultimately she was going to go on to lose, but she stopped play to say, look, this has gone out. Umpire comes down, checks the mark. It landed in. Coco accepts it. Yeah. She's just going to have to dig deep. She's dug deep for most of her career, so we know she's capable. Forehand return from Madison is going to go long. 30-15 becomes 40-15. 40-30. Backhand return here for Madison into the forehand of Coco, which goes into the net, and suddenly we're at deuce. She's looking pretty disconsolate right now. Goes long on the first serve. Forehand return is into the net for Madison Keys. That was a chance. Game point, Coco Gauff. Good serving there from Coco. Got herself out of a hole. Really good serving. Very impressive, especially mentally. Body serve there. Wins the point. And wins the game. 1 game all. The first set was 61 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. What are we thinking? Mido in straights today against Boisson? Sinner in straights against Bublik? That's probably where I would lean. Coco goes down the line there. 15-30 here on the Madison Keys serve. She has had a break point or two in the first. I think she had more. I think she might have had 4 break points in that first game alone. I think she got to love 40. Anyway, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's 1 game all. First serve down the tee for Madison. Forehand into the net for Madison Keys. Forehand return from Coco is into the net. Forehand winner is that? Or has that gone long? I think it might have gone long for Madison. It has. We've got a break of serve. Coco Gauff leads 2 games to 1. Madison there with a forehand that opened up for her. And it's 2-1. Wow. Shall we listen to Coco from a couple of years ago, talking about her Grand Slam pursuit? You've been to the French Open final. Your breakthrough, at least standout result at the beginning of your career was on grass against Venus. You've been very solid on the hard courts. Is there a slam in particular that you go, I think that's, if I'm going to get one, the first one might come here, there, or where?
Well, I don't know. I mean, everyone, I'm like, I think this is the first one. So I don't know. I mean, obviously now going to the French, I do have a lot of confidence on the surface. But I'm not really thinking about that. I feel like, in the past I was, and it gave me some like defeats that I feel like I shouldn't have lost, maybe more so my head. So going in now, I mean, I feel like, everyone could be the one, but I think I have to just take it a match at a time and just feel it out and enjoy it. I think when you focus too much on the destination, you don't enjoy the journey there. So now I want to focus more on the journey, and if the destination gets there, that's great.
There we go. Coco Gauff exclusively talking about her Grand Slam pursuit, which at that point in the summer of 2023 had yet to have been fulfilled. I'm not saying that her career is fulfilled yet, but she has at least got over the line with one slam win in New York later on that year. Okay, she's serving here. Good first serve there from Coco, but now she's ceded the advantage, it feels, because Madison's on the attack. Now, though, she should put this away, and she does. I wonder how much Keys will regret that backhand where Coco was just a sitting duck when she had the chance to break Coco. But she puts the backhand wide, just like Rafa did in that 2012 Australian Open final against Novak Djokovic. Okay, 15 love Coco becomes 30 love as Keys goes long. Oh, double fault Coco Gauff, of course. Backhand into the net for Madison Keys, 40-15. Second serve for Coco Gauff here. Misplaced ball toss. Misplaced ball toss. Does land in, but it's a good return from Madison. She's going to put that backhand volley away. No, she's not. Ooh, Gauff almost chased it down. 40-30 though. So still a game point here for Coco to go 3-1 up. Backhand into the net though. Good return from Madison, forcing the error. We're at deuce. Coco here trying to consolidate the break she earned. Second serve, Coco Gauff at deuce. Forehand return. Oh, what a forehand return that is from Madison Keys. Wow. Break point, Maddie. Now we're into the rally here. Coco on the backhand. Had a low net clearance there, but Madison doesn't defend it because she goes long with that scooped up ball. Deuce. And it's a game point now for Coco Gauff. She was at 40-15 in this game. Unreturned serve. Coco holds 3-1. Mira Andreeva, Conchita Martinez, backstage. They're in good spirits, it seems. They have such a good dynamic. Of course, Mira Andreeva will be playing Boisson when this match concludes. Forehand there into the net from Coco, 15 love. Second serve here for Coco to look at, 15 love down. She leads 3-1 in this second set. Forehand return from Coco, forehand to forehand right now. Normally forehand to forehand will mean a Madison Keys point, but we'll see. Staying on the forehands, Coco changes direction into the backhand. Wonderful backhand there from Madison, picking up the pace. Net cord goes in the favor of Madison, but Coco can get to that quite easily, and she wins the point, 30 love. Do let me know in the live chat your thoughts on this particular encounter, but also if you've got any predictions for later on. So we've added a subscriber. Thank you very much. Serve down the tee, backhand return from Coco. We're at 15 all here. Oh, forehand from Keys goes into the net, and it's 15-30. Listen, 4-1 leads have come and gone today, as we saw in the first set. On that occasion, it was Keys who led 4-1 with a double break, but Coco reeled her in. But we'll see, 15-30 here. The second serve points won today has been very low. Backhand return. It's a first serve from Madison. We're into the rally right now. Forehand. Oh, Madison goes big on the forehand into the net. How often have we said that today? Quite a lot. Despite the fact that Keys is up a set and things obviously looking pretty rosy for her. The unforced errors, and particularly going into the net for Madison, have been plenty. 2 break points now for Coco Gauff. And Coco breaks. 3-1 becomes 4-1. Double break advantage now for the American. 4-1. Remember, Keys had a double break in the first set before losing 4 games in a row. Coco will be keen to avoid that. But it's a great response from Coco, given how devastating the crush of losing the first set was. She was down 4-1, double break, gets it back, wins 4 games in a row, goes up 5-4, has a set point on the Madison Keys serve. That comes and goes. Before you know it, we're into a tiebreak, but Coco ekes out a nice little lead of 4-2 at the change of ends. She ends up getting to 5-4, but ultimately 3 double faults in that tiebreak were Coco's undoing. And Madison Keys took it. Madison also won the first game of this second set, and you're thinking, uh-oh. I think Madison had a break point at 1 love as well. Puts that backhand into the tram line. Should have made it, Maddie. Coco gets out of jail, so to speak. Holds serve eventually. Then goes on to get these next 2 games as well, and suddenly this whole match has a very different complexion. But it was at this point in the first set where Madison Keys was unable to hold. So, huge game coming up here for Coco. She holds here. She's almost there for this second set and forcing a third. She's gone long on the first serve. Second serve. Forehand return for Madison. Coco's... No. That's a good return from Madison. Love 15. Good serve there from Coco, but Madison has dealt with it. Forehand slice from Coco. Good depth there from Madison. It's forced the error, or drawn the error, I should perhaps say. Love 30. Love 30 becomes love 40. We've got 3 break points, but Gauff has fended off the first one with a good serve down the tee. 15-40. First serve down the tee from Coco is another good one down the tee as well. Unreturned serve becomes love 30. Love 40 becomes 30-40. Just like that. Double fault, though, from Coco Gauff. Why, she says, why? 4-2. Keys here serving now at 2-4. One of the breaks has come back. Just like in the first set, we had a 4-1 advantage, double break for one player or the other. On that occasion, it was Keys. This time it was Gauff. Backhand return from Coco into the backhand of Madison. Madison goes long on the backhand side. What Coco was able to do at this stage was break and then hold. But can Keys hold? Here, love 15. Welcome to everybody who's tuning in. Thank you very much for joining us. Do hit that like button just below and also click subscribe. Backhand here to backhand. Forehand now, Coco goes into the net. $15 all. Still 4-2, but memories of the first set and how that changed so quickly. Ooh, just wide on the first serve there, Madison. So a second serve here for Coco to look at. Probably the best part of Coco's game today has been the return of serve. We'll see how she gets on here. Backhand return into the body of Keys. Forehand to forehand. They're going down the middle, but Coco puts her forehand into the net. Down the tee, but long from Madison there. Forehand run around return for Coco. Forehand now into the backhand of Coco. Lovely backhand down the line from Coco, but it's not enough to win the point. Coco there goes on the backhand into the net. And suddenly we're at 40-15 now on the Madison's key serve. So many errors here off the racket of Coco. First serve down the tee is long from Madison Keys. Good forehand return there from Coco, but good depth for Madison. It's a forehand error from Coco, and it's 4-3. 2 games in a row now for Madison Keys. Still, though, Coco has a break advantage, but psychologically tough right now. So, change of ends. And we can take a quick break. Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered, whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Serving. It's not good news for Coco because she's love 30 down on her serve here. Coco comes into the net, backhand there, but that's good attacking play from Coco, drawing the error, 15-30. Down the tee there from Coco. She's into the rally here on the forehand side, a little bit up in this rally. She's coming into the net. Can she put that back in away? She can't. She's got the volley there. Madison Keys, she's got the volley there, but she's not going to be able to deal with that. It's 15-40. Back-to-back volleys, but they were reactionary volleys. They were tricky. Reflex is there very much being put to the test. And it was tricky for Coco, and she couldn't deal with it. Forehand return from Keys into the net. So, love 40 becomes 30-40. Similar scenario in the previous service game, but she couldn't win this crucial third point. Can she do so on this occasion? Let's see. Actually, it was 15-40, but you know, it doesn't matter. 30-40. She saved one break point. Here comes the second. Second serve. It was a good second serve, but Madison still attacked it. And Keys is on the defense, defending with all her life, but she can't defend that. And it's a break of serve. And Madison Keys has won 3 games in a row. And it is 4-all. Her husband and coach wants to have a quick word. Down the tee there from Madison. Forehand, backhand, lob effort from Coco. She's still in the point. Oh my goodness me, Coco Gauff. What a passing shot. Love 15. She had to really pull the cat out the bag there. into the rally here on the forehands now. Nice forehand shape there from Coco, but she's being pushed back by Maddie. Maddie goes into the net on the forehand side, and it's love 30. Wow. Every time you think the twists and the turns have ended, there's another twist and a turn still to come. Love 30 here. Goes down the tee. Good first serve there from Madison. That's going to land in, though. Really good defending from Coco. Forehand to forehand right now. Madison goes big down the line, but it's not enough to win the point. Not yet, but it is now. Coco can't defend that. 15-30. Goes out wide there with that first serve, but it's wide. Second serve, forehand return. Backhand from Madison Keys. Backhand from Coco Gauff. Backhand to backhand right now. The backhand from Keys slice goes into the net. We're going to have 2 break points for Coco Gauff. So 15-40. Madison Keys down the tee. It's a good first serve. It's going to land in. It is. Madison Keys with a smash. Coco tries to defend but doesn't. 30-40. Okay. 30-40 here. Madison Keys serving. Tense moments, but they all feel tense right now. Forehand return from Gauff is pretty good. Forehand slice from Coco. Backhand slice from Maddie. And Coco wins the point. That must have just clicked the line. Much to the chagrin of Madison Keys. And Coco Gauff breaks for 5-4 and will serve for the second set. Boy, oh boy. What an unpredictable encounter this has been. I do think the roof may have had a factor in that both players are really managing to attack each other's serve. So one break, double break doesn't really mean a lot. Second serves in particular are especially vulnerable. Anyway, Coco leads 5-4. For those of you just tuning in, please do hit that like button. Of course, if you are new to the channel, also hit subscribe. We will have watch-alongs today, also for Mira Andreeva and Louis Boisson, which will be coming up after this. Plus, we'll have Sinner against Bublik and Zverev against Djokovic, so don't go anywhere. Just hit subscribe. And also, if you want notifications, you hit that notification bell and you'll get alerted to all the times when we go live. Okay, what are we thinking right now? Who's winning this match? Gauff or Keys? So, Gauff is serving for the second set, but I almost feel as it doesn't really matter if you're serving or receiving. It's just one game away, and that's the most significant point. And it's going to be a second serve. Forehand return from Madison. She's a bit out of court. She puts the backhand into the net on the run, and it's 15-love. I don't think this match will go down as a classic in terms of the levels, but drama and intrigue for sure. Just reminds me so much of the Nadal-Zverev match from 3 years ago, just in these stodgy indoor conditions. Forehand return from Madison is excellent, 15 all. First serve from Coco hits the net and goes long. Remember those 3 double faults in the tiebreak that cost her so dearly. Forehand return from Madison is good. Coco struggling to defend and cannot. 15-30. Madison just knows that the second serve of Gauff, which is coming, is just there to be taken, so to speak. Okay, Coco is serving at 15-30. She's serving for this second set. She is technically 3 points away, but at 15-30, it feels very different. Madison keys on the return. It's a return that goes long, 30 all. Gauff goes long on the first serve there. Second serve here, 30 all. Backhand return from Madison is long. Set point, Coco Gauff. She had a set point in the first set, was unable to take it on the Madison keys. Serve. Can she take it on her own serve here at 40-30 to force a deciding set? These are just the matches you've got to come through. Forehand return from Madison. Oh, what amazing depth there. I thought that was going to land long, but it landed just in. We're into the rally right now. Exchanging backhands, and Keys goes into the net on the backhand, and Coco, wow. Coco Gauff is over the line and makes it 1 set apiece. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. As I say, not on high on quality, but on drama and grit and intrigue. Very much so. 1 set all. And we're going 3, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I understand, Snehal. 3 backhand errors in a row for Keys closes out the set. Yeah, but it's kind of the story of the match, Matthew. It's been about who's going to hit the next error. Yes, there's been a few nice winners off the racket of Keys in particular, particularly on return. But generally, it's been like, okay, where's the next error coming from and who's going to be hitting it? Whether it would be a double faults from Coco or forehand from her, or Madison just dumping shots into the net on both sides, on the left, on the forehand, the backhand. Even that tie break was, I think, 50% of the points that Coco won, maybe even more, were just Keys dumping shots in the net from a neutral position. Anyway, it is what it is. Both players, I think, as I say, whatever happens today, will have some regrets. I mean, think about it. First set, Keys was up a double break with 4-1. That comes and goes. Coco wins 4 games in a row, has a set point, doesn't take it. Coco goes up 4-2 in the tie break, doesn't hold on to that advantage with those 3 double faults. Yeah, but Matthew, I'm not sure that you're thinking closed roof and you're thinking quicker conditions. Sometimes in indoor conditions, things do get a bit quicker. But I think when the air is so muggy and it just means that ball and it's also not getting as much zest off the ground. As I say, Zverev, Nadal, I'm sorry, Snehal, that wasn't about levels that day. Yes, the tiebreak. You think of the tiebreak in the end of the first set. But for large parts of the second set, it was just stodgy. No one could hit through each other. Zverev was getting so frustrated that he was getting no purchase off his serve. And so actually, Matthew, I think you're thinking that it's quickening things up. Not at all. Slower, slower, slower. Okay, here we are into a third set. Coco must be feeling much better now. Forehand to forehand right now. Keys serving. Keys clipping the net, but it stays in. Oh, that's a good backhand down the line from Coco. Can she put this away? No, she can't. No, she can't. Coco Gauff, dearie me. You've got to be putting that away, and don't go that side. Just go the other side. Doesn't even need to be hit hard, and you win the point. Snehil, I was at the match. Zverev's level in the second set. He just couldn't serve. Just couldn't hold serve. Yeah, but if it's just getting no speed as the ball flies through the air, someone like Coco. No, that wasn't Zverev's best level, that's for sure. I've seen him play much better. Neither player could hit through each other. Do you remember how long that match was? I mean, it was about 2.5 hours, and we didn't even complete the second set. It was a match waiting for an injury, and it's exactly what happened. Second serve here, Madison Keys. Double fault, Madison, 15-30. Backhand return here for Coco. Backhand on the line for Madison. Coco defends. Coco defends. Puts the forehand into the net. 30 all. So 30 all here. Madison Keys serving. Goes out wide, but it does go wide. Forehand return from Coco. Point, 40-30. It's a decent return from Coco, but wow, look at that forehand. First serve down the tee for Madison. Forehand, Madison goes long. Deuce. Now Coco on the defense here on the forehand of Madison. Madison has to get back to her core position, but it doesn't matter because Gauff has put a forehand into the net. Game point. Madison Keys. Madison serves out to the backhand of Coco. We're into the rally here, but of course, Madison puts her forehand long. So many unforced errors today. Deuce. First serve into the net from Madison Keys. Second serve. Run around forehand return for Coco. backhand Coco into the backhand of Madison. Into the net, Madison. Keys. Break point, Coco Gauff. First serve into the net. Second serve, backhand return for Coco. Forehand Madison is long and Coco breaks. 1-love, she leads. 1-love, Coco Gauff. What a strange encounter, ladies and gentlemen. A strange, strange match. Where's your money now? What are we thinking? Seeing Boisson warm up backstage ahead of her match later on today with Mira Andreeva. So Gauff serving here 1-love, leads 15-love as well. What do we think about Djokovic-Zverev as well? Predictions for that? $15-love becomes 30-love for Coco Gauff. Into the rally now. Coco on the backhand side. She's at the net. Can she put that volley away? No, she can't. But she lets that passing effort go, which was a wise choice because it goes long and wide. 40-love. 3 game points now, Coco, for a 2-love lead in this second set. In this third, sorry, and deciding set. And Coco holds for 2-love. Is that the final twist? Is Coco now just going to sail off into the distance? Or at least hold on to this break? We'll see. 2-love, she leads. Change of rackets. All right, let's have a quick look at the live chat to see what's been going down. By the way, why is the roof closed? The roof is closed because it's been raining now. It's not raining now. Sabalenka Iga, of course, is tomorrow. So we'll see. There has been some rain predicted for this week. So, yeah, at various times, the roof may well be closed. We'll see if it's closed for Sabalenka against Iga. Wow, just looking at this rally here, 15-love. Coco defending so well, but not well enough on that final ball. 30-love. But I think it'll be open for some of the other matches today. I think it'll be coming and going for the next few days. Some matches will be under the roof, some matches won't. Some matches will start with an open roof and then close it. Once it's closed, though, they have to keep it closed, which for me is a bizarre rule, but whatever. And Coco goes long on the backhand side, so it's 40 love Madison Keys. Forehand to forehand right now. Forehand from Coco goes into the net. So it's a hold there for Madison. 2 love. A hold to love, if you know what I mean. 2-1, though, is the score. Coco leads with a break. Two one, over to you, Coco. We are in for a treat here, says Washu. Well, I don't know if you're referring to Keys against Gauff or some of the other matches today. Oh, Madison Keys on the backhand side there. Some inexplicable errors from both players today. It's been an error-strewn encounter, but it has been intriguing nonetheless. 8 unforced errors just in this third set alone from Madison Keys. Madison here on the forehand goes into the net so many times. She's either going into the net or going long, but more often than not into the net. And it's 30 love. Yeah. Forehand into the forehand of Madison Keys, and it's 40 love. Three game points here for Coco Gauff. Backhand return from Madison. Forehand from each player now. Madison here keeping it solid on the forehand side. She's now on the defense. Coco comes into the net. Coco's at the net, reacting with these volleys, but it's Madison dumping a backhand into the net with Coco there sitting duck. And Coco holds for 3-1. As I said earlier, I think whichever player loses today will have so many regrets. Remember, Madison Keys going for the calendar slam. I mean, I don't think she's going for it yet, not mentally, and we're not really seriously considering it. I think she'd have to win both the French Open and Wimbledon for us to really start thinking about that tightrope. Backhand volley there at the net from Madison is not clean at all, and it's love 15. Yep, so many errors today from Madison. Forehand return into the forehand of Madison Keys. Backhand slice there from Coco. Decent depth on it, but good depth as well for Madison. Forehand winner down the line from Madison. That's electric. 15 all. Madison comes into the net, puts that backhand away. 30-15. Forehand error there from Madison Keys going into the net. So it's a 30-all scenario. How many times have we said that today? Forehand into the net for Madison Keys. Quite a lot. $30-40 now. Break point, Coco Gauff. For 4-1. Backhand return from Coco's good, but we're into the rally because Madison's defending well. Madison's really going for it well, but Coco now on the defense. She's going to have to defend even better, but she can't get that one. Deuce. Break point averted. Or break averted for now at the very least. Deuce. Okay, Keys here serving down the tee, but she's gone long on the first serve. Forehand return is really good there from Coco. She's now on the attack. Madison defending, but she can't defend that. We're going to have another break point for Coco Gauff. Down the tee from Madison Keys. Really good response there, though, from Coco with a great return. But Coco is, she's putting her hand up. Maybe that was a mishit, but basically what we've got is a break of serve, and it's 4-1. Madison really hugging the baseline there and couldn't deal with that. Double break 4-1, 19 minutes on the clock for this this set, sorry. But we've seen it in each of the sets. We've seen one player or the other go up a double break 4-1. And before you know it, the double break and 4-1 is back to 4-all. Interestingly, the player that fought back, though, to 4-all still went on to lose the set. So the 4-1 still meant something. And Coco Gauff is 2 games away from winning this match and a place in the semi-final, where she'll play the winner of Mira Andreeva against Louis Boisson. But that is to come. For those of you just tuning in, do hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Backhand return from Madison. Nope, because it's a first serve fault. It's a double fault from Coco Gauff. Yeah. Okay, Gauff here serving at 4-1. That return has gone into the net from Madison Keys, so it's 15 all. Coco holds here. Surely that's enough. Remember, neither player was able to get from 4-1 to 5-1 in the previous two sets, having got into that position. Can Coco get there? Forehand return from Madison. Backhand from Coco. Forehand Madison down the line. Forehand, wonderful forehand winner there from Madison Keys. 30-15. Becomes 30 all. Backhand return. Backhand to backhand right now. We're on the forehand of Coco. Nice shape there, actually. You know, funny enough, the Coco Gauff forehand has been much lamented, and understandably so. And in a match, oh, lovely touch from her at the net there. 40-30. In a match full of errors and full of missed opportunities and regrets, you would be thinking that the narrative would include the Coco forehand, but there's been so many other things going on that actually it's not been that big a deal today compared to so many other issues. Okay, 40-30, Coco serving. First serve is in. Wow, that must have clipped the line. She does get to 5-1. 5-1, Coco Gauff. So she's one game away from a French Open semi-final. She's been in a French Open semi-final before. Can she get there again? Madison Keys on a Grand Slam winning streak of 11 matches. This is her 12th, but she's on the brink right now. 1-5, she's serving. Second serve. Backhand return here from Coco into the backhand of Madison Keys, which goes into the net. Love 15. Coco Gauff is 3 points away from winning this match and a position in the French Open semi-finals. Okay, backhand return from Coco. Forehand Madison. Backhand down the line there. Forehand Madison Keys. Forehand to forehand right now. And the shot there on the backhand side from Madison goes long. Love 30. Love 30. 2 points away now, Coco is from a win and a place in the French Open semi-finals. Madison Keys, second serve. Down the tee, backhand return from Coco. Backhand down the line there from Madison is really good, but well defended by Coco. Nice slice, but Coco's going to pass her at the net, and it's love 40. Love 43 match points for Coco Gauff. 3 match points. Madison Keys to serve here at love 40. Backhand return, Coco. Madison Keys down the line. Forehand from Coco Gauff. Forehand from Madison Keys. They're exchanging forehands right now. Madison Keys goes long on the forehand side. And Coco Gauff, what a battle that she has come through today. Madison Keys loses her first Grand Slam match of the year after 11-match winning streak. A match full of unforced errors, a match full of twists and turns. And Coco really had to dig deep after losing that first set. And she screams to the heavens Those heavens, of course, which opened in terms of the rain coming down earlier, which meant the roof was closed, which I think did have a big effect, particularly during sets 1 and 2 when it was a break fest. Madison Keys, her calendar slam pursuit, if it ever even was one, is at an end. Coco Gauff, meanwhile, takes the plaudits for coming through a match that was not necessarily high on quality, high on drama for sure. But it's Coco Gauff who emerges the winner. 6-7, 6-4, 6-1. She is through to the semi-finals. She will await the winner of Boisson and Mira Andreeva, which is coming up shortly on Philippe Chatrier. But it's Coco who goes through. Okay. Let's see if we can get some stats up there for you guys. We're going to hear from Coco as well. She's on court right now talking. She said she changed something at 4-1. That'd be interesting to know what she did in that first set. She had chances to win that first set. Yeah, if we talk about how the match unfolded, I mean, before you knew it, she was down 4-1 in that first set, double break. Coco fights back, though, winning 4 games in a row, getting to 5-4, albeit 4-5, because it was Madison Keys serving. Gauff then gets a set point, which she is unable to take. Before you know it, we're then into a tiebreak. I say before we know it, there were some pretty lengthy games there and some lengthy rallies, but we got to the tiebreak. Coco then gets to a 4-2 lead at the change of ends. However, double faults were her eventual undoing in that tiebreak. 3 double faults off the racket of Coco Gauff. So she loses that tiebreak. It was painful. She goes down 1-love at the beginning of the second set, and you're thinking she is going to have to dig really deep, and dig deep she did. She wins 4 games in a row to get to 4-1. The errors coming off the racket of Madison Keys in particular were left, right, and center, more often than not going into the net, but occasionally going long as well. I will be bringing up those stats for you shortly. Both players were struggling to hit through each other, and with every struggle would come an unforced error, and more often than not, as I said, off the racket of Madison Keys. However, Keys fights back just as Coco had done in the first set. Keys fought back from 4-1 down, got it to 4-all. However, huge hold from Coco makes it 5-4. She then gets over the line and wins that second set 6-4. The third set, once Keys had sort of been demoralized by that and Coco was able to regroup, was then only going one way, and Coco won it by 6-1. Let's have a look at the stats. Just 1 ace, just showing you how slow the conditions are when it's so muggy and wet as it has been in Paris. Double faults, 10 from Coco, 3, of course, coming untimely so in that first set tiebreak, which basically cost her the tiebreak from 4-2 up. Madison Keys getting 67% of her first serves in. But look at this second serve win percentage, showing you just how slow and just how vulnerable both players were on second serve. Both players here. Madison Keys, 33% first serves, second serves won. Coco Gauff, 34% second serves won. Total points won, by the way. Coco won 109 compared to Madison, which is a pretty big gap in what was a very, very, very tight affair for large parts of the match. It is Coco, though, who emerges the winner. Breakpoint opportunities, or breakpoints converted. Coco was converted 9 of her 17 breakpoint opportunities, 53%, and Madison was able to get half of her breakpoint opportunities converted, 5 from 10. Okay. So Coco Gauff is through. She'll play the winner of Boisson and Mirandreva, which is coming up very shortly. And it's Coco Gauff who goes through. So we'll see you soon for the next match, which will be, as I say, Mirandreva against Louis Boisson, the wild card. Can she pull off another upset? We'll see, and I'll see you shortly. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.